King in Black, number 4. Let's get into it.
What is up, defects? Your boy Matt Forge is back with the Butcher 105, and we got another King in Black breakdown. Number 4, guys, getting close to the end. Before we get into the breakdown, guys, if you're new to the channel, please sub up, hit the notification bell, hit the thumbs up. You think we did a good job? Throw a comment in the comment section. Also, guys, we have a couple sponsors on this channel. All the information is below in the description of this and every video. You got Mutant Beaver Comics, an online comic shop, and a express comic book pressing. All right, guys, let's get into the review. All right, guys, so if it's your first time being here, what we do first is we give our opinions on the book for about a minute or so, and then we get into spoilers. So right now, you're good if you haven't read it yet. So King in Black, number 4, of course, Donny Cates, Ryan Stegman on the art, J.P. Mayer, Frank Martin helping out with the ink and the color. The Butcher. What did you think?
Oof. I thought this was a good issue, guys. The interiors were incredible. The artwork on it was incredible. The story was great. It went so fast because I was so intrigued on what was going on and what was happening throughout the whole entire issue. I really enjoyed it. I am so sad that number 5 is the last issue. There's so much to wrap up.
Yeah, and we got to wait for that. I know that got delayed, right?
Yeah, it got delayed. Delayed. But, man, the art in this was crazy. And I tell you, if Stegman ends up doing Spider-Man with Cates, his Spider-Man is on par with Todd McFarlane's Spider-Man.
It's really good.
It looks good, man. It looks good.
So I'm right with you. You know, I think we've said that in almost every review. The art has been insane. Honestly, the art's been better than the writing. I'm going to say it. You know, I'm not saying the writing's been bad, but the art has just been phenomenal. And that goes from Stegman to Mayer to Martin. They all get credit for this because every aspect of the art, the color is fantastic. This story was, I want to say this is my favorite so far. Out of all 4 issues, this is my favorite. It's called Chapter 4, Lightning. A little bit of a foreshadow there of what's to come. And guys, number 3, we were left with a big cliffhanger.
All right, guys, if you have not read this issue yet, now is the time to leave this video, but make sure you come back because you're going to want to hear us talk about this issue because, guys, a lot of stuff happens here.
Yeah, and we found a couple little things that maybe you wouldn't have caught unless you tuned into the defects, right?
Absolutely.
All right, so let's get right into it. So we're going to do we're going to kind of go page by page but just kind of quickly, and we'll stop on the ones that are important. So right off the bat, we know Dylan is trapped. He's kind of surrounded by the hive. He kind of got soaked up into the ooze in number 3. So he kind of winds up and he doesn't know where the hell he is. So one of the first panels we see, bang. Jay, tell us what we're looking at.
Yeah, right off the bat, like Matt said, Dylan's in the hive. Knull is speaking to him. He's basically saying, listen, you're different. You're basically my son. He's telling him, like, you know, you were created to destroy me.
Yep. Let me read that part for you. And I'll let you keep going. So it says you. This is Knull speaking. And I don't know if you guys can read it. It's the second kind of tier there. You, my hive, my rebellious children. You are special. Something new. He's talking to Dylan here. They made you to destroy me. Jay, how long have we been talking about that?
Guys, we've been talking about it every time. Every time there's a major catastrophe in Marvel, a symbiote is spawned, is brought to life. We have Sleeper. Who else do we have?
Venom, Carnage.
Venom,
they go down the whole line. Sleeper what is that, issue 21 or 20, where Sleeper he alludes to that.
Yes.
You know, and that's when we said, you know, we said in some of our videos previously, months and months ago, Dylan was made by the symbiotes, the hive, the horde, however you want to call it, to combat Knull. Look at that, Jay.
So you see him, he's trying to turn him here, and then you see someone speaking, into Dylan's mind. I didn't know who it was at first. I wasn't sure if it was one of the symbiotes in the back. I wasn't sure if it was Venom. I wasn't sure if it was Professor X. I wasn't sure if it was
that's what I thought it was.
Yeah, I wasn't. I thought it was Mr. Fantastic, the way he's been
Okay.
talking to everybody. I wasn't sure if he had an earpiece on and it was Spider-Man. I wasn't sure, but I was into this, and I got to be honest with you. I was ready for Knull to flip him. I thought that would have been great.
Yeah.
Well,
So let's keep going. So yeah, I thought it was Professor X. So he's going and these the bubbles you could tell are different, and they're saying basically you got to latch on. This is our chance. He made a mistake by finding you here.
Yep.
So Knull, like Jay alluded to, Knull's trying to flip him, and it kind of looks like it's about to happen. And then Dylan's like, you know what? You killed my dad.
Yep.
And he flips on him, and he grabs onto Knull, and he latches onto him, and he connects. Now, the voice that's speaking to him, we're assuming in his mind at this point, it seems like he's like, he or she, we don't know at this point, you can do this. Hold on. I know it's going to hurt. And you see, I think, do we have a panel for that one? No, we don't. So we're going to keep going. So all of the heroes start to get freed up. Okay. Yep. All the ooze starts to go off. The symbiotic ooze comes off of them. You got Cyclops, Reed Richards, Sue Storm, everybody, and especially Thor, because the voice tells him basically we'll need lightning, and then on the next panel, and magic. And you see Doctor Strange get freed up, and then bang, the connection's broken, but the damage is done, right? All the heroes that they need to be freed are. And Doctor Strange is like, all right, you need magic? Well, guess what? And here we go, Jay. Tell us what we're looking at.
So right here, guys, you see Doctor Strange turn into this mystical type character. Guys, this goes back to Donny Cates. It goes back to Doctor Strange 384, guys. We've talked about this book in the past. Matt has brought this up, the first appearance of the Void. This is where we saw Knull rip Sentry in half and absorb that Void darkness, guys. So this book, put it back on your radar, guys, because what Doctor Strange does here in Doctor Strange 384 is he's battling Loki, and he actually gets powers from the World Tree in Asgard, and that's why you see him as almost like this Asgardian being. So he's ready to battle, guys. And another thing, if you picked up Thor today, the same day King in Black #4 comes out.
Hold on, this panel is from 384, right?
Yes.
Kind of looks the same.
Yep.
And
exactly
then the Void, we spoke about the Void before. This was from that issue, so maybe there's something to that. We'll talk about that later, but go ahead, Jay. I know you were looking for this.
Yeah, so again, guys, and today in Thor, guys, Thor dropped the same day as King in Black #4, and you could see Doctor Strange still in that Asgardian get up. He almost looks Asgardian, and that's all from the power of the World Tree. So everything's tying together, guys. Everything is, Cates is tying everything in, and he's going back to his older books. He's going back to Jason Aaron books. So everything's looking up right now, guys. It's been a fun ride.
I thought that was interesting that they brought that back, that form of Doctor Strange. As soon as I seen it, I was like, that's Doctor Strange 384.
Yep.
I know a lot of people grabbed that book, so maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's. I still think there's something with that Void, and we're going to get to that. So hold on to those books, guys. All right, so we basically on to skip ahead a little bit, saying now the voice is saying, "Get out of there, Dylan. Get out of there.
Yep.
Get out of there." And Knull's like, "Nope, you're not going anywhere." Grabs him around the neck. He's like, "You think you've beaten me? You've got nothing. You've got nothing on me." So all of a sudden, he's like, "Wait a minute, something's in my head. Something's going on." You can tell he starts freaking out again. And what do we get, Jay?
We got Jean Grey, guys. This running stuff from her mind the whole time. She's connecting everyone, but not only is she talking to Knull, she's talking to Dylan, she's talking to everybody, putting this battle plan into their heads. So she's like, all right, here I am. Thor couldn't beat this guy. Sentry couldn't beat this guy. I'm going to tear him up from the inside out. She gets into Knull's head. You see Knull's affected by it. Keep going, Matt.
Yep. She says, "Let's see what makes you bleed." At this point, I'm thinking, this is going to last like 2 seconds. She's going to get blasted like everybody else. But she holds on for a while, and she starts going back through You see panels from old pages, especially Venom #4, the origin.
Yeah.
And his whole, and she's like, wow, like she can't believe what she's actually looking at. It's cold. I can't find anything. I can't find anything that can hurt him. He forged the darkness. He bent it to its will. He's beaten everything. Oh God, there's nothing we can. And then she says, wait, there's another. Hold on, let me bring up that panel. I think we got it. Oops, here we go. Basically, there is another, a reaction, an opposite. Knull. He's the god of the abyss, but he's not the darkness. I thought that was really important, Jay. What do you think there?
Yeah, absolutely. And this was probably my favorite page in the whole book because it goes back. You see that Jason Aaron Thor God of Thunder run where it's the god of light battling the darkness with that spear in him at the bottom right-hand side.
Bottom right, yep.
We got Knull just destroying Celestials, that interior page that was turned into a second printed on the top left. So I'm like, oh man. And then I'm like, even Jean Grey can't touch this guy. She can't find nothing in here. But like Matt said, he is not the darkness.
Yep.
There was dark before him. And I'm
dark, it says existed long before him. And with darkness, there is light. It rose up against him. It bonded itself with warriors to rage against him. And that's what Jay was talking about with the bottom right-hand corner there.
Yep. And the most important part is she's basically saying he is the abyss, though. He is that emptiness. So I was pumped, guys. And this page right here was great, guys, because this went right back to Thor God of Thunder, his first cameo appearance when Jason Aaron wrote this. And it basically gives you an idea of what happened during this battle. So go ahead, Matt.
Yep. So I think this is the most important panel of the whole thing. It says the light was young. You basically see Knull gets up out of that fight with that golden warrior. And we see right there, the light that they keep talking about, the god light is coming out of him. And we hear about it bonding to warriors. So that gives us a huge clue for the end of the book.
And we've spoken of this golden warrior in the past.
That's right.
Guys,
that's right.
Go back. We're
gonna get there. Let's not spoil it.
Okay, yeah.
Jay's gonna get some credit coming up here. All right, guys. So we see the warrior. The light's coming out of him. It's starting. The pieces are starting to come together in my head as I'm reading. I know Jay said the same thing.
There's there's that symbol we've been seeing.
Yep. So Jean is basically, she gets released. She said it's a god. His opposite is a god of light. Well, we knew that already, right? That's no big surprise. And Jean is just claps. She keeps saying the god of light. It's here trying to get in, but it can't. It's trapped. And that reminds us of the end of the last issue where Silver Surfer Black says, the god of light can't get in, but I can. And I'm on my way, right? So here it comes, guys. Just on time. Silver Surfer Black, Jay.
Here we go, guys. You see him. You see the light trying to get in. And again, you see Silver Surfer Black. He takes that light. He harnesses it into his chest. We have seen him do this with the Galactic Cube when he rescued it from Ego. We've seen him do this before. He has the power to do this. You see him using the light. Knull knows it's coming. He's coming in with the God of Light.
Yeah, he blasts through like 10 dragons on his way. That's why Knull's freaking out, because he feels all of that, you know?
And he's talking to Jean Grey the whole time. Another good thing I thought was interesting was she referred to that God of Light as a symbiote.
Yes, she did. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, so she referred to it also as a symbiote. So could this be like a symbiote of light as opposed to the, Knull symbiotes of darkness?
Right.
Or now we know the abyss. So keep it rolling.
Yep, that's interesting. I'm sure we're gonna find out about more in that next issue. So essentially, Silver Surfer gets through all the dragons, and now he takes the light out and he says, Go find your warrior. So we're starting to see the picture here, right? We're starting to see what's happening. Now back in the lab with Reed Richards, and you see Eddie's in the background, but now Reed Richards says he knows what's happening here, Jay, right?
He knows what's going on.
So let me read this. This is a little confusing, not because of the words, but because of it's a little vague. And I think we had to come up with our own theory here. And so here we go. I did a little research in the background. So basically it says, this God of light, I know what it is. This is Reed Richards. We all do. We've just been calling it by the wrong name. Heh. Captain Universe. Finally, the Enigma Force solved. Okay? So, we see that happen. And then on the last page, Jay, what do we got?
We got Eddie Brock back to life, guys. Do not invest in deaths because they do not last long. We got Eddie Brock possessed, reincarnated with the Enigma Force.
Yep. So I'm going to go back one slide. Go ahead, Jay.
I was going to say, here's what I took from this. And everybody interprets comic books differently. I took it as this. I don't think Captain Universe is the god of light. I think it's what possesses the Enigma Force is the god of light, because it could possess so many different people. So why label it just the god, Captain Universe? Because we've seen it. It was in that Golden Warrior. Was that Golden Warrior, Captain Universe? We don't know. We don't know what could happen. But I think essentially the god of light is just the Enigma Force itself.
Yep. And we're on the same page. We did a little research. Defects like do research. So I'm going to read some notes that I found in some of the Marvel encyclopedias and databases and stuff like that. So in times of distress, the Enigma Force manifests the unipower, which selects a host surrounding them with a field of energy, which transforms them into the costume Captain Universe and imparts to them some of the knowledge they'll need to yield the power. In actuality, Enigma Force is a god of light that originated 14 billion years ago, brought into being by the Celestials. Okay? Blah, blah, blah. The unipower, which is also Captain Universe, they're like kind of one and the same, is not the Enigma Force itself, but only a facet of it. It allows anyone, anywhere, to become Captain Universe in times of great danger. Like the Enigma Force, the unipower is sentient to the extent that it will not willingly allow itself to be used for evil. So reading that and seeing what we have here, like Jay said, I believe the Enigma Force is the god of light, and it just uses the Captain Universe / unipower to bring Eddie back to life, and is going to fight Knull here. We saw that. Jay said this back on issue 2. He said that Gold Warrior from Thor God of Thunder 6, was he the god of light? And technically, at the time, yes, he was. He was powered by the god of light at that time, which is why he was able to fight Knull kind of to the death to a point. So I think they're going to retcon what we know the Enigma Force and Uni power to be. And I don't think we're going to see Eddie changing into Captain Universe, like the costume Captain Universe. To you, Jay?
No, I just going back to like that Gold Warrior. I think everyone, essentially, they're a host. Eddie's going to be a host. Yes. Captain Universe was a host. The Golden Warrior was a host. I think it's going to be interpreted as someone different. I think Eddie's going to look different. Yeah. What I will tell you is that number 5 we talked about grabbing this week may be a good book to grab, because, it's going to be Eddie Brock hosting the Enigma Force. So it could be a book to look out for, guys.
Which book is that?
King in Black number 5.
Yes, that's true. Right. It may be a whole new character, right? There may be a new storyline that goes along with that. We did say it on New Comic Book Day that number 5 could be an investment type book. So we'll see. Maybe this is the cameo, and whatever character he becomes is in the next issue. But I think they're going to, I don't think you're going to see Eddie in the Captain Universe costume, because that's what's happened along the way. There's been like 7 or 8 Captain Universes. I don't think you're going to get that here. You're going to get an Eddie Brock powered by the Enigma or Enigma Force / Unipower. So, all right, guys. So that was kind of our breakdown. There's a lot to take in there. We want to hear what you guys think is going on about Eddie and the Enigma Force and the God of Light. Tell us your thoughts on this. Tell if you think we're okay. But going forward, Jay, give us a quick rundown of what you think they have in store for the end of this.
So again, guys, we know that the Enigma Force is the god of light, and it bonds to a host. Matt, if you could pull up that Gold Warrior battle one more time.
So we're looking at the Gold Warrior?
Yep. Okay. Here's my theory on this, and I know theory is a strong word this week, guys. Here we see that golden warrior, who was the god of light at the time, who had the enigma force in him, being pulled out of him, dying and being pulled out of him. What I think is going to happen is the same way when Knull ripped Sentry in half and absorbed that void. I think that's how they're going to end Knull. I think he's going to be defeated, and that darkness, that void's going to be pulled out of him the way the enigma force was pulled out of that gold warrior. I think Knull is not going to die, but he's going to be locked back up for a little while. And that's how I could see it ending. And I also still don't think Eddie's going to make it through for some reason. It's going to be Eddie or Dylan. One of them moving forward is going to be gone, guys. But that's my theory.
You know what? Me and Jay usually agree, and I totally agree with him. We talked about this every week when we read these issues, that we thought that void had something to do with it. That issue 384, that kind of storyline. I think that's what you're gonna see. Are they gonna bring Sentry back into the fold somehow? I like where Jay's head's at. That's something we pieced together, kind of unknowingly. We've pieced that together between the two of us over the past couple months while reading this, and now it makes a lot of sense. So Jay, I'm on board with you, brother. So we're gonna get out of here, guys. Like I said earlier, if you could hit the thumbs up, sub up the channel if you're new, hit the notification bell. We're always bringing out new content for you guys, and of course, comment. We love talking to you guys. Share the video, and of course, we'll catch you on the next one.